All right, Shalom. We the Brothers of Great Millstone, the Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahusha, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Yeah, which is the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew tongue. Also want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom, much due honors and respect to all the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in His work. So yeah, this lesson right here is going to be centered around the fact that this truth was never meant for the masses of you people, man. This is a secret counsel, you know, and it was only reserved for the elect of the nation of Israel, all right? As well as the 1/3 of those who believe on the words of the prophets, all right? Because the one thing with Jake, you know, if they talking to their mechanic, right? The mechanic might tell them, look, you know, you need a water pump. And Jake all ears, man. Jake will say, oh, what I need to do? You know, anybody will never feel the work. But for some strange reason, when it comes to the scriptures, Jake's perception of the scriptures is as if it's a damn level playing field, man. Here it is, they ain't read the scriptures in months since Easter, you know, when they was in church, or last Sunday when the pastor told him to get a precept, you know, read one little scripture before he went on his song and dance, you know. But all of a sudden, when the topic of the scriptures come up, Jake feel like they qualified, you know, as if this is a level playing field. But the truth of the matter is, this word was only revealed to a few, man. This wasn't meant for the masses of you people, all right? This is a secret counsel. And unless you was invited, you're not welcome in, man. You can't approach Yahweh Shah unless He invited you, unless He open you up to this knowledge. Matter of fact, let's start off with Matthew 13th chapter. You know, start at the 9th verse.
God.
Before we get there. The book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 2, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
Right, so Jake got a zeal, you know. They get excited about the word, but it's not according to knowledge. That's why you see Jake, they acknowledge that there's a higher power, you know, but they call on Him in ignorance. They call on the names God and Jesus Christ, you know. You go in your grandma's house, it's a damn image of Cesare Borgia. These native tribes, in particular, these Ephraimites, they got a shrine dedicated to Cesare Borgia and with his mother, Mary, Mary, you know. So they got a zeal. They know that there's a higher power. They very so-called religious, but it's not according to knowledge, all right? So go ahead.
It comes in Matthew 13, verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Mm-hmm.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right, so the Lord said, who have ears to hear, let them hear. Now we know everybody got physical ears, but that's dealing with spiritual ears, all right? Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of continuing on in verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Uh-huh.
And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, so that in itself proves that this book is not as an open and shut case as you people might think, man. This was only given to a reserved number of men. Matter of fact, get that in Amos. Yep, you got it? Yep,
Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord, Yahweh Shah, will do nothing, but He revealed His secret unto His servants, the prophets.
Right. As I just said, we was in a party or we was in a gathering, right? And I wanted to convey a message to one of the brothers. I don't want everybody else to know. Well, I'm going to talk in code. I'm going to talk over everybody's head. And if all else fails, I'm just going to whisper in his ear, man. So that's the same thing with Yahweh Shah. He don't want the rest of you Israelites to get this message, man. So really, this thing is being conveyed in parables. And there's a method to that, you know. Really, when you go into it, the reason why the Lord spoke in parables in this book, one reason is because the Lord was preserving this book from Esau, man. Because you had a thing called the Bible Destruction Group. And if the Lord would have just been open and said, okay, the so-called white man, the devil, America gonna be destroyed, the top tier Edomites going into captivity, these devils would have been got rid of the word, you know? So the Lord, in one aspect, he was preserving his word until the time of the end. But overall and ultimately, it was because the Lord didn't want all you people to know, man. And that's a stumbling block for you jakes out there. You know, you feel as if the Lord is you know, desperately waiting on you. You know, like some guy waiting on the phone for somebody to get, you know, broad to call. He, you know, the Lord, you know, like you got Jake. Now I'm ready to return to the Lord. You know, I'm ready to give my life over. Man, the hell with you, man. All right, the Lord, a great king. And and one thing about a great king, they don't compromise, man. Scriptures tell you how the Lord requires the firstborn, you know, that breaks the womb. Why do you think this motherfucker Cain ended up in so much hot water, man? Because he didn't make the right sacrifices to Yahweh Shemel Shah. So the Lord is not desperately waiting on your phone call, man. The Lord chose who he wanted to serve him and who he wanted to approach him. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, kind. This is Isaiah 8 and 16.
Let me start at 14.
Kind. It is Isaiah 8 and 14. He shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling.
Right. So the Lord's going to be for a sanctuary, right? Now, when you go into that, that's dealing with Yahweh Shah. When you go deeper, it's going to the scriptures. Because the scriptures is a comfort to a select number of men and a few sisters that subscribe to this truth, man. That sanctuary is a comfort. But also, go ahead.
It says, and for a rock of, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Right. So a gin is pretty much a trap. So this book is a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And guess what? The main scoffers is numbered amongst Israel, man. You know? And why do they scoff? Because they don't understand. They lack the understanding of the scripture. So their instinct is to come up against this word. You know, make mockery of the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Go ahead, up.
It says, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken.
And be taken. Now, when we bring up such issues, such as, for an example, the reincarnation issue, people are taken by that. All right, the latest issue, the mark of the beast being the RFID technology. You got niggas that's actually taken by that, along with many other things we touch on that people is taken by. All right? Go ahead.
It says, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples.
Right, so this is a secret thing, man. Whole Psalm 91 on that. This is a secret thing. You know? That's when you bind something up and seal it amongst, you know, the Lord says seal it amongst his disciples. The best way to simplify it, if you think about a football team when they go into a huddle. You know, you go into a huddle, that means you don't want the opposing team to know what you're going into, man. So the Lord got us in a huddle, man. All right? Continue up.
God, it says, and I will wait upon the Lord to hide his face from the house of Jacob.
See that, hideth his face from the house of Jacob. And that face is dealing with what? The knowledge. You know, crew, that's not literal. Somebody give me Exodus 33 and 20 real quick. Because you got somebody who might read that and say, oh, well, the Lord, you know, he peek his head through the clouds and you look, hide. No, man. That face is dealing with the knowledge. That's why the scriptures say, he who hideth his face from Jacob. Right? So that's not literal, because this scripture is plain. Exodus 33 and 20.
Exodus 33 and 20. And he said, thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live.
Right. So in order to see the face of the Lord, you will die. So what is the matter of fact, somebody give me Psalm 67 and start at 1. And somebody else give me Psalm 119 and start at verse 134. All right.
Psalm 67 and verse 1. The Most High be merciful unto us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us.
Right, cause his face to shine upon us, right? So now with the opposite read, the Lord said he hided his face from Jacob. That's not literal. That's talking about the knowledge. That's why you get guys who either encounter the prophets on the highways and byways, or either if it's in the form or the comment board, man, come up against this word. That's a declaration that the Lord hid his face from you niggas. You don't understand the scriptures. Continue up.
Psalm 67 and verse 2.
And it's going to prove that face is talking about the knowledge. Go ahead.
It says that thy way may be known upon earth.
Right, and that's the scriptures. So the Lord shine his face upon us, then his way is going to be known upon the earth. Go ahead.
Thy saving health among all nations.
Right, now give me Psalms 119, start at verse 134.
Okay, this Psalms 119 and verse 134. Deliver me from the oppression of man.
Mm-hmm. That's talking about Esau, all right, which is this current captivity. Go ahead.
So will I keep thy precepts, make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes.
Right, make thy face to shine upon thy servant and teach me thy statutes, which is that face is in the same breath with the understanding of this word, which that has been blocked off from the rest of the nation of Israel. So for all the brothers out there, primarily at Great Millstone, and all of you who subscribe to this truth, and the teachings of Great Millstone, Stone with the Apostles, well, you are taking part of a secret council, man. Everybody's not invited to that council. All right. So go ahead.
Psalms 27 and verse 9. It says, hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O power of my salvation.
Right. And that face again is dealing with this knowledge, man. That's the image, That's why when Yahushua told, was it Philip? He said, I think it's Thomas or Philip. He said, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Now, on a spiritual level, that's dealing with this knowledge, man. Because if Yahushua revealed itself to you in the form of these scriptures, you actually seen the Father. You see? So, somebody get that in Psalms. Matter of fact, there's a comment on the comment board that one of the brothers posted up. I want to get it real quick because I was thinking about that. Psalms is one of our favorite scriptures amongst the camp, man. The brother posted it. The brother's a servant of the Most High, Psalms 25 and 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant, man. See? So the secret of the Lord is only given. Matter of fact, give me Matthew 10 and 27 right quick. Because again, Yahweh Shema Shine, his majesty, you got to understand, the Lord is royalty, man. What we speak in here, starting with the apostles and different brothers that bring out these lessons, we speak in king's talk, so to speak. This is the speech of kings. If you go around somebody that's royal, that's on another level, they'll run circles around you, man. They talking like dudes in a different bracket when it comes to money. That's why what they'll tell you, they'll say, nah, man, we don't speak the same language, man. We ain't speaking the same language right now because you on a different level, man. So that's the level the Most High has put us on, man. And the language we speak in is king speech, and only other kings and men with ruling class mentality is gonna be able to. This speech is only gonna resonate with them. Just some nigga, it ain't gonna resonate with, man. Like I had a nigga to come up on the comment board over the whole Adam Abbott thing. I was bombarded with a whole bunch of comments from niggas that were supporting him. And the nigga said, why you focus in on him? Your goal is to get the masses of the people. You should get the masses of. Well, that's so that you don't understand the scriptures, man. Especially when you go into the word mass, it means death. All right? And the scriptures clearly tell you that it's only going to be a remnant to return to Yahweh Shema Shah, which we hold that on deck. And what did I call for Matthew?
10, 20.
You get that real quick.
Yeah, because it's Matthew 10.
Just to bag up what the brother put out on the comment board. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's Matthew 10, verse 27. When I tell you in darkness, that you speak in light, and what you hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops.
Right. What I tell you in the dark, you speak in light. Which is what? A secret, man. Get that Psalm 91. That's a secret. So again, this truth is not as an open and shut case as you simple Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans think, man. You know? The spirit of Yahweh Shemel actually got to rest on you before you can even go into this book. All right? Because you got dudes that was in prison. I knew a nigga that did a bid, and he said he read the Bible from back to front and front to back. But did he understand it according to that? Because if he did, he'll be in with us, or he'll be out on the highways and byways, man. You know? So it's one thing to read, which when you go into that word read, when the scripture said, blessed is he who readeth, the definition that means understand or discern. You know? So go ahead up.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 1, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, and that secret place is this counsel, man. The secret counsel. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 2, I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust.
Yep, go ahead.
It says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
Which is the nuclear destruction, all right, that's set to take place mainly here in America and throughout the world. Go ahead.
It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Go ahead.
His trust shall be thy slocket. This truth, I'm going to read it again. Psalms 91 and verse 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thy trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Right, and this truth, which is this, hey, that's why it's called the truth, man. All right? If this the truth, that means it must be a falsehood out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that's the separation right there. You got some people that read the Bible, but then you got some people that read the Bible in truth, all right? And those are the ones that's numbered amongst his counsel, all right? So, what you got something?
Yeah, I can jump down to Isaiah 20.
Mm-hmm.
It's Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
It says, to the law and to the testimony,
Mm-hmm.
they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Right, and that light is what? This knowledge, man. You know, which that's the counsel, which the Lord called us into this marvelous light. You know, called us out of darkness, and that's again, that's a separation. Matter of fact, somebody get is that Ecclesiastes 13 and start at 13. Because again, what you people gonna realize is the Lord actually deals with separation. Hey, it wouldn't be a such thing as salvation if it wasn't a destruction that was set to take place, man. That would make a salvation precious. If salvation was just accessible for anybody, then the truth wouldn't be precious.
Mm.
All you have to do is just have a nigga to jump up and say, yeah, man, I know the Bible. You know, or just go on this song and dance. Man, grandma told me a long time ago, you know, niggas got these, you know, they got these different sayings, and they'll come with this soliloquy, they just, and all of a sudden that supposed to get you in good graces with your how about Shemel Shah, man. No, it goes much deeper than that. The Lord actually got to identify you, target you, call you in, and you got to be preserved. The Lord got to keep you. Because it's one thing, even you niggas amongst the circumcised, you niggas that know that you Israelite, you ain't safe, man. Because if you don't teach this word in its purest form, then you could be called in just to be cast right back out.
Many are called, few are chosen.
Exactly. The Lord called in the good and the bad. Yep. So what's that? Yeah,
quick precept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5. 5. It said, here are all
you know what? I'll start at 1.
It said, this is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Now think about it. That brethren is what is possessive. If I'm in a room full of some doing that, and I say, hey, brother, this is my brother right here, I'm making a separation between everybody else and that particular person, man. So the Apostle Paul, in writing that letter, he's sending it out to certain men. It ain't to the whole world. You know? Go ahead. Just because, you know, and that's the thing, man. You can find a Bible on every dashboard, in every hotel, you know, on every coffee table in America. But that don't mean that that Bible is for you. That Bible was only meant for the prophets. Starting with the prophets of Yahweh Shai, and those that will believe on their words. That's why the scriptures say, he who receives a prophet reward. All right? So, yep, you can continue.
It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Because yourselves know. It didn't say you all know. Yourselves know. That's separation. Go ahead.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yep, go ahead.
But ye brethren are not in darkness,
Yep.
that day should overtake you as a thief.
That's pure separation right there, man. And that's the same slang we use here at Great Millstone. We speak to a certain group of people, man. We don't speak to the masses unless we reproving, rebuking, and correcting you niggas for mangling the scriptures out there. But for the most part, we understand that this truth was only meant for a few. All right? To tell you that, matter of fact, somebody get that too. 2 Ezra 9th chapter. Start, hold that on there. You're going to get what you got up?
This Matt.
Yeah, somebody get that 2 Ezra 9 and start at 13.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them is not given.
And that's straight separation right there, man. You know? And that's Yahweh speaking. That's in the red letter right there. I got the red letter. Okay. So that's Yahweh speaking right there. And plus, Yahweh even said itself, think not that I come to bring peace, but a sword. And that sword is symbolic to division, for division, you know?
Quick precept to back up.
Go ahead.
The book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints.
See, to his saints, man. That's a separation. You know? So right now what's happening is a spiritual classroom is taking place. You got to remember, the essence of this truth is knowledge, man, and being built up. That's why the Lord said to show the simple, the youth. Matter of fact, it's in Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs the 4th chapter. Matter of fact, let me get it. While I'm getting it, get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish that when you go there. Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, that's 2 Ezra 9 and 13 first. Then you go back to that.
It's 2 Ezra 9 and verse 13. And therefore be not curious how the ungodly shall be. So I can read again. It's 2 Ezra 9 and verse 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when the iniquity, how the but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, in whom the world is created.
Right. So the scripture said, "Be not pretty much don't waste your time on worried about those who weren't meant to get this, man." And that's how we push out this truth. We push it out to a certain audience. You know, matter of fact, keep reading.
Yeah, continuing on in verse 14. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
See? So that proves right there that this truth, this counsel, was only reserved for a certain number of men, man. You know? So that in itself, we know that going in. That's why we don't overexert ourselves in trying to teach some nigga that just can't get it. And see, we know that before you simple niggas even open your mouth, man. Here it is, you opening your mouth and you claim to build your foundation out of the scriptures and understand this book. And we already looking at you like you marked for death, man. Because we know the Lord gave us the numbers, man. When you read Zechariah the 13th chapter, 2/3, the majority of Israel are going to be destroyed. So really, if 3 people walk up, right, you should, if you going by the numbers and trust in the Lord, 2 of them niggas already marked for death. And you got to hold your breath, hope the 3rd nigga might get it, you know? The 3rd nigga might not be safe. So that's, the scriptures tell you how this thing is, even the righteous scarcely going to be saved, man. All right? Yep, so go ahead up.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:5. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We are not of the night nor of the darkness.
Which is separation. All right? Go ahead.
It says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Right, and that's dealing with all you different groups and your wayward ideas and your philosophy, whether it's in the form of Islam or associating yourself with being a damn Moor or black country. We ain't gonna even talk about you so-called Christian niggas, man. You gone, man. All right, go ahead up.
Kind. Says, but let us who are of the day be sober, put on the breastplate of faith and love, for in the helmet the hope of salvation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's pretty much it, yeah. So basically, this council was set up. The scripture I was looking for is Proverbs 1 and 4. All right? This is a spiritual classroom, man. That's why really when you come into this thing, you can't approach it as entertainment, man. You know, you got a lot of brothers that watch the videos just to watch. You should be taking notes. You should be retaining this knowledge. Because it tells you that in St. John, the 6th chapter, matter of fact, somebody get that too, St. John 6 and 63. This word is the bridge to life, man. That's why scripture say, he who, and get that, he who wandereth by the, hold that on there. You know, while y'all getting it, go ahead and get that first last for Proverbs 1 and 4.
You want to start at on top?
Yeah, go ahead and start at the top. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Proverbs 1 and 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom.
Let's just let you know that your house shot right there. Go ahead.
To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equality. And equity. It says to give subtlety to the simple.
See, to give subtlety to the simple, man. So this is a spiritual classroom. All of us was simple. We was all simple as all hell, man. Then we came into this thing, the Lord gave us subtlety, man. Now we know how to move in a room full of wolves. We know how to coexist, so to speak, in the world. We know how to navigate through the world without being caught up and snared. You see? That's because the Lord gave subtlety to us, man. Go ahead, up.
To the young man, knowledge and discretion.
See, to the young man, knowledge and discretion, which is what? Discernment. Now we're able to judge right from wrong, judge wickedness from righteousness. We know what step to take. You know, right, for an example, right? One of the major differences with men of the Lord prior to before you came into the truth, when you was in the world, you might find yourself floating through the hood, just driving, man. Some stupid shit like that. Now when you come into the truth, you at home, man. You're like, man, I'm stick and move, go to the store and get home. Only a nigga floating around just wasting gas, hitting corners, man. That means you're still in the world. But see what the Lord did, what he did, he gave us discernment. You see? All right, go ahead, and we're gonna get that in Sirach 13 and 13. Yeah, go ahead up.
So a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsel.
See, wise counsels. And everybody's not invited to this council, man. Think a nigga like 2 Chainz can sit. I'm gonna give you an example, right? We holding the live stream. You think 2 Chainz can sit in on this? First off, he gonna be ready to go. He gonna probably say some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Hey man, I need to go get me a cigar, man. You know, some crazy shit. And we gonna curse him. And he ain't meant to be in it, man. See what I'm saying? Yep, go ahead.
I got a precept like John the Baptist, man.
Yeah.
It is Matthew 3 and verse 7. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
Right, and that's how we feel, man. Pretty much what John was saying, why are you here, man? Who let you in here, man? You know? And the scripture speaks about that too. Somebody get that in Jude. Some men crept in unawares. You know? All right, so go ahead. And the scriptures talk about that too. They're scared to come into the light, least they easily exposed. But you have some niggas that's like moth. Like a moth is drawn to the light. So they just come to the light anyway, then eventually the Lord gonna just zap them, man. You know? Because they weren't built to be in it. All right, so go back to where you was at.
It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark saying.
Which goes back to what we started the video with. The Lord conveyed this message in the form of a parable, in a dark sentence. You know, because why? He didn't want the rest of Israel to get it. I bring it out, Matthew the 13th chapter. Why do you speak to the people in parables? Because it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So even if you wander up, somehow you wash yourself up in this counsel, you find yourself up in this counsel, you're not going to be able to grasp what we're talking about. It's going to go clean over your fucking head. Matter of fact, get that too in Ecclesiasticus 39 and start at the top. Ecclesiasticus 39 and start at the top.
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 2. And the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh shall rest upon him. The spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. Verse 3, and he shall make him quicker understanding. In the fear of the Lord, Yahweh and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Yeah, and that's dealing with being spiritual, you know? Because the Lord ain't going to judge you on your countenance, you know, on your outer appearance. You know, the Lord try your spirit. You know, the Lord asks you a question, and if you can answer it, then that means the spirit dealing with you. Go ahead,
Come on, verse 4. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 4. But the righteousness shall he judge the poor and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked.
Right, and that links up with 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. How the Lord going to consume this devil with his mouth. That's why the Lord said, I give you a mouth that your adversaries will not be able to gainsay against. Because what we speaking is top knowledge, man. This is supreme knowledge. Not just here on the planet Earth, but throughout the universe, man. All right? So, go ahead.
Yeah, kind of this Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are.
And that's the counsel. Go ahead.
He will be there also.
Right. So you have men that's bringing out these videos, and if you wise, you'll be on the coming board, or you'll be viewing the videos. What subtle parables are, and what a wise counsel is on display, you'll be there. All right. Go ahead.
God says he will seek out the secrets.
Which 2 Chainz, you know, none of them niggas ain't here because it wasn't meant. All these guys, like these different so-called Christians, and why they not here? Because this is what knowledge is on display. Because this is a secret, closed counsel, man. This is exclusively for the Lord's elect. All right, and you got to be sincere. Because this thing is like, again, it's like class. And Jake got a short attention span. Jake could get bored. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
God. It says he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries for he have tried the good and the evil among men.
Right. Now, I want to get this precept real quick. The brother, a servant of the Most High, Ecclesiastes 6:34, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise, man. That's the counsel. How else is you going to learn? You know? Because you got a lot of Jake out there who they like to dismiss the fact that they was taught. And if all is fair, they'll say, if you ask them, well, who you learn from? Well, Yahweh Shah taught me, you know? Go ahead.
That was it on that.
Oh, that was it on that?
Yeah.
Now, give me that Sirach 13. I call for something else over here.
St. John.
Yeah, that's what I want. Give me that first. St. John 6.
Now, this is St. John 6
63.
in verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit.
Oh, yeah, real quick. The comment for the sister, Michelle Benet, I think that's her name, Michelle Benet. She said, do you men allow us women to comment or no? Well, we'll get a scripture. You know, because this is not our program. This is the spirit of Yahweh Shai's program. This is counsel. So we're going to give you a scripture what the Lord said, you know. So go ahead, Al.
Yeah, this is yeah, that's it.
This is 2 Timothy 2 in verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Yo, read it again. Read it nice and slow. No, go ahead.
This 1 Timothy 2 in verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Right, so the scripture said, let the woman learn in silence. All right, go ahead.
Continuing on. Continuing on. Verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. Usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
Right, so that's the role of the woman, you know. So if it's a woman that desire to learn, according to the scripture, it tells you to learn in silence, you know. So, you know, we just gave you the answer through the scriptures, all right? So, yeah, go ahead, Al.
Okay, St. John 6 and verse 63 again. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
Right, the flesh profiteth nothing, man. But it's the spirit that quickeneth. Go ahead.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right, now give me that he who wandereth out of the way of understanding. Because this counsel is the counsel that leads to life. You know? And if you wander out of the way of this life, then you're going to be counted as dead. Matter of fact, while he getting that, somebody give me Revelation 20 and I think 12. Start at 12.
The book of Revelation, chapter 20, and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And the books were open.
Right, and that's talking about these scriptures, man. All right? This is the time reserved where the Lord allowed certain men to go into this book. Primarily, the men had great millstone, and we able to tap into this book. The books is open. But it says, I saw the dead, small and great, which when you go into that, that's dealing with the other nations, and it's dealing with you Israelites. Because if you don't have this word, you don't have life.
Mm.
That's not talking about a certain day, judgment day. Well, guys, they think it's a day, well, it's judgment day, and it's a long line, and the Lord sit up there with the books on, and niggas looking at their watch now, man, a couple more hours, judgment day, almost over, man. Hope they hurry up, you know what I mean? No, that judgment is now. Go ahead.
It says, and the books were open,
Mm-hmm.
and another book was opened, which is the book of life.
Go ahead.
And the dead were judged out of these things which were written in the books, according to their works.
Yeah, according to their works. So we the ones who was given the jurisdiction to judge. You got guys out there in that Tupac spirit, only God can judge me. But guess what? The Lord gave us the jurisdiction to judge you, man. Why? Because we filter it through the scriptures. Matter of fact, somebody give me is that 1 Corinthians 6:2? Give me that real quick.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 2. It says, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Right, so the Lord gave us the jurisdiction to judge. That's why the scripture saying the books was open and the judgment was set, basically, man. So now that the books is open, why you think we calling Esau out on being a devil? Why you think we casting judgment on the other nations? Why we judging you wicked Israelites for not returning back to your true power, man? Yahweh by Shemiyah, because we was given the jurisdiction to do so. You know? So now give me the congregation.
Yeah, this Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Read it one more time, up.
Yeah, this Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. So it's one extreme or another. You have a counsel that leads to life. Then you got a counsel that leads to death, man. There's no in between, man. And if you're not a part of this counsel, you know, then you're going to be put to death.
Right.
Point blank period, man. All right? So the Lord deals with separation. Matter of fact, somebody give me Genesis 1 and 3 and give me what you got out. That's Sirach 13.
Yeah, kind.
Start at the 13th verse.
Yeah, kind. This is Sirach 13 and verse 13. Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy.
Where you at?
Ecclesiastes 13 and 13.
Sorry, 15. You talking beast lovers.
Yeah, kind. 15.
Okay, start at 15.
Yeah, this Sirach 13 and 15. Every beast loveth it's like it. Sirach 13 and 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Right. That's separation, man. And the Lord is encouraging that idea, man. Matter of fact, somebody get me one thing is said against another. Is that
that's in,
second? Is that Ecclesiastes?
That's in Ecclesiastes.
No. You just hold you got.
That's in.
I think it's in 14.
Yeah.
Was it 33? 14 or 32 or something?
Like that, yeah.
Yep. Continue to read out where you at.
Yeah, continue on to verse 16. Our flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
A man will cleave to his like. That's why you got, for an example, right? You got this guy Adam. If you notice, it was nothing but niggas who came to his aid. And the reason why we knew they was niggas, because they was in the spirit of, you niggas hating. You throwing around these phrases that the niggas of the world use. Why are you hating? Well, that means you are the world, so you attracted niggas of the world. See what I'm saying? And if you're a man of the Lord, other men of the Lord are going to cleave to you. You're not going to be able to be a man of the Lord and just be a genuine hangout buddy with just some nigga, man. Now, you might deal with him for the sake of your job, or you might go to break with a nigga you work with, you know. But you ain't just hanging with a nigga 24/7, man. You mostly going to be dealing with the brothers, and that's going to be in the form of watching the videos, you know, and being present in these councils, man. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, continuing on in verse 17, where fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly.
Right, what fellowship? So the Lord, you got these niggas, why can't Israel just come together? Well, we're not going to come together with you, man, just for the sake, because you know you're an Israelite. Well, when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, Yahweh Shah didn't come together with the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees just for the sake of being Israelites. He drew a line in the sand, man. And the Lord deal with separation. Matter of fact, hold that and go back and give me what you got out. Genesis, is it 1 and 3?
I got that.
You call that? Get that.
Yeah, this is Genesis 1 and 3. And the power said, let there be light, and there was light. And the power saw the light, that it was good,
which is the knowledge. Go ahead.
and the power divided the light from the darkness.
And the Lord divided the light from the darkness, man. If you got knowledge, by default, you're not going to even hang around a nigga without knowledge. Pretty much a dude who is foolish, it irks you. You can't even play it off with a nigga that's simple, man. Like you just hang with a nigga just because and he's simple as all hell. You're going to be irked. You might look forward to kill that nigga, man, when he ain't looking. You know what I mean? Look at that nigga in the house, man, I'm gonna get rid of this nigga, man. Yeah, go ahead, because the Lord said that, Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter, the Lord said, take no pleasure in fools, man. All right? And we share that sentiment. All right, so go ahead. Back and finish that off in Sirach 13.
This is Sirach 13, verse 18. What agreement is there between a hyena and a dog, and what peace between the rich and the poor?
Now, when you go into that rich and poor, guess who the rich is in that case? Us, man. Matter of fact, you know what prove that? Get well, it's a couple of scriptures. Romans 11 and 33, and in Revelation where it says, yep. See, this knowledge makes us rich. Scripture, she is precious than rubies.
Yeah.
You know. So the Lord said, what fellowship do the rich have with the poor? You niggas is the poor. Matter of fact, get that in Revelation 2. You know where it say, you think that you're rich, but you're really poor and miserable and naked.
Oh yeah, God. Yeah, this is 3 and yeah, 17. Then yeah, God.
Yep. Matter of fact, get that first.
All right, yeah, this is Revelation 3 and 17. It says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods and have need of nothing.
Right. And that's the mentality of you Jakes. You think you already got it. So when you come across this true knowledge, you say, I don't need to be taught. I'm already straight. You know? Go ahead.
God. And knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
So when the Lord said, what fellowship does the rich have with the poor is somebody to you guys that don't have this truth. You know? And that's how we feel. In the spirit, we got a cocky, like, you beneath us. Even Yahushua said that. And I say that humbly, man. Yahushua said, you are beneath me, man. And we got that same spirit on us, man. You know? We ain't gonna sit down and debate with niggas and because you beneath us, man. We'll debate with our equals. Like, we'll debate amongst each other before we just debate with a nigga out there, man. All right? So,
Precept.
Yeah.
Proverbs 3 and 15, she is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her.
Right, and that's wisdom, man. That is what makes us rich. All right? Now, get what you got. Matter of fact, get Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter. Talks about how the knowledge brings forth riches.
Which one you want the rich?
You finished with that one. Give me that Romans 11 and 33.
All right, fine. All right, yeah, this Romans chapter 11 and verse 33. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments. And his
read that, Salaki. Read it one more time.
Romans 11 and 33. Oh, the depth of the riches.
Oh, the depth of the riches. Go ahead.
Both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High.
See, that's the real riches, man. So for the brothers and the few sisters out there that subscribe to this truth, you come into this thing and you able to understand what you just received an inheritance, real riches. You know, it far outweighs that bullshit FRN paper dollar and just this tangible riches of this world, man. The riches we got is going to spill over into the kingdom that's established forever, man. That's why the Lord, what Yahushua said, store up not treasures. See? You got that? Yeah, bring that out.
Yeah, it's Matthew 6 and 20. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Yeah, because nobody can steal this knowledge from you. Can't nobody take this away from us. I don't care if it's your mama, man. She come in there and she, you know what I mean? She had a handkerchief. I slaved over this stove for 5 hours. And you be like, yeah, mom. Ain't no way she taking it. You like, okay, mom. And you leave out there and turn on the pasta, man. And you don't leave no sleep, man. Nobody can break in and steal this, man. Go ahead, up.
He said, for where your treasure is, there will your heart beats also. The light of the body.
And that's the counsel.
Yep.
That's the counsel. If your mind on a certain woman, you gonna be at her house, man. If your mind on a certain, if you're a nigga that got a craving for Whataburger, at some point I'm gonna see, oh now I saw you in the drive. But guess what? If you enter this truth, you're gonna be here, man. You're gonna be watching the apostles. I'm gonna see you on the highway. I'm gonna see you around the Lord. Oh, Yahushua even said that where I am, my service shall be also, man. Then not the Lord said, well, there's 2 or more gathered in the midst, I am also. So really a guy that can't be in his counsel, they ain't comfortable with Yahushua. You see that guy that's a lone wolf, he just don't want to be around. That means you ain't comfortable with being around Yahushua, man. All right, go ahead.
It said the light of the body is the eye, and therefore thine eye.
Oh, that's it. So now go Wisdom of Solomon 7, start at the 7th verse.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 7. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon the Most High, and the spirit of wisdom came to me.
See, the spirit of wisdom came unto me. Go ahead.
I prefer her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison with her.
Right. So right now we got this knowledge. We don't want scepters and thrones, which is symbolic to some type of position in this world. You know, some nigga pay you off, give you a job as a CEO or some shit at the expense of the truth. Man, go fuck yourself, man. Excuse my language, man. We got this truth, man. Matter of fact, somebody hold that. Let no man take your crown. I think it's Revelation 3. Yep, continue out.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 9. Neither compare I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is as a little sand.
You see that? All gold in respect to wisdom is as of a little sand. So what we possess, man, it far outweighs any tangible thing you can get your hand on here in this society, man. Man, I'm going to give you an example of how heavy knowledge and wisdom is, man. First and foremost, it's the Lord who gives you comprehension. You know what prove that? I challenge anybody out there, just forget somebody's name. That's the most helpless feeling you ever feel. Because ain't nothing you can do to remember that. You know? It's the Lord who got to bring that back to your memory. So the Lord open up your mind and understand the ins and outs, be able to navigate through this word. You can't take it for granted that you know that the so-called white man is the devil. America's Babylon the Great. Although it sounds like it's simple, it seems simple to us, but really that's very what I'm looking for. Intricate, man, and complex. You know, people hear us going in the book of Isaiah and we married it with the destruction of America. They're like, that's what you're talking about. But see, the Lord opened us up to know that, man. You can't put a price tag on it, all right? So that's what King Solomon is conveying right here. Go ahead, up.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 9. Neither compare I, I'm going to continue in Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 9. It says, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. Verse 10, I love her above health and beauty.
Right, above health and beauty. That's why you see the men of Great Millstone, we don't get line-ups, you know? That means we traded in that beauty. Because in the world, we'll get lined up, edged up, look cute for the girls. But we understand that the law tells you not to round up. Even though we don't keep all the law, but there's certain laws you can keep just to show your faith, man. So we traded in beauty. It say health, right?
And beauty.
Health and beauty. have ailments. You know, it's a trade in for this knowledge. You just don't get the knowledge for free now. You got to trade in. Go ahead.
It says, and chose to have her instead of light.
And what that mean? It said, I chose to have her instead of light. Because scriptures talk about light is the knowledge. So what's that light?
Limelight.
The limelight. Fame. So you got guys like Adam Abbott, he got the light, the fame. He got all these subscribers with a damn oak stick in his hand like a prop, like he a damn. You see how niggas, simple niggas is, man. But guess what? You can have that if we choose knowledge over that, over the light. All right?
Right.
Yep. Go ahead.
And chose to have her instead of light, for the light that cometh from her never goeth out.
And that is symbolic to everlasting life, man. You know? Is it more of that?
Verse 11, all good things together come to me with her, and innumerable riches is in her hand.
Right, so wisdom is the beginning of riches. So it's like this, right? Somebody might say, hey, let me have that apple tree. But we really the ones who say, no, give me that field. So if I get the field, the apple tree come with it.
Right.
So when you get this knowledge, the riches come with it. All right, you got some over there?
Right. Spirit,
Pass. All right, now give me that let no man take your crown.
Yeah, this Revelations 3 and 11.
Because we're going to show you that this crown is actually the knowledge. Go ahead.
Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast.
And that's this knowledge. You know, don't take it for granted. You can't take it light or gloss over the fact that the Lord opened you up to this knowledge, man. You got to hold fast. Whenever brothers put out videos, you got to be locked in. You got to take notes. You got to treat this serious, man. Hold fast because that crown is the knowledge. All right, go ahead.
That no man take that crown.
And we're going to show you that crown is the knowledge. Give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. Read that again out, what you said.
Yeah, this is Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown.
So the crown, we're going to find out what the crown is. Where?
This Sirach 1 and verse 18. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is a crown of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom. Now, what's the fear of the Lord? Let's get it. It's Proverbs 1 and 7. Yeah. You see what these words is in the same breath? Crown and the fear of the Lord. So now precept must be upon precept. Let's see what the fear of the Lord really is, man. Whoever got it can bring it out.
Proverbs 1 and 7.
Uh-huh.
The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is the beginning of knowledge.
See?
And but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
So knowledge is in the same breath with that crown. Go ahead, I'll read that again.
Okay, this is Sirach 1 verse 18. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him.
See? So this knowledge that we possess is actually the crown, man. So you got to hold fast to it. At least a man to take it. All right? You got something up? If not, what you got?
Yeah, God, this is on Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
See, somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 7, started at 26 verse. Go ahead.
If your delight be then in throne and scepters.
Right. So if your delight be then in throne and scepters, which is nothing wrong with having a ruling class mentality, but the Lord give you the vehicle, if you will, to receive that. Go ahead.
Are you kings of the people?
Mm-hmm.
Honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
See, and that's eternal life. All right. Now give me Wisdom of Solomon 7, start at 26 out.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 20 to 26. Verse 26. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light. The
And then she is who? Wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
The unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High.
The unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High. We just was going into the fact that this knowledge is compared to the face of the Most High. So that mirror reflects the face of the Lord unto us. See? Go ahead.
In the image of his goodness.
See, in the image of his goodness. Go ahead.
Verse 27. And being but one, she can do all things.
See, with wisdom, you can get everything. Just like Solomon said, with his wisdom came gold, riches. Mm-hmm. So seek out the wisdom first, which, by the way, when you go into King Solomon, when he prayed to Lord, he asked for wisdom, man. Now, what the scripture say? That actually please Yahweh, man. Mm-hmm. That's heaven when you concentrate. You please the one who made everything, man. Come on, man. So that shows you how heavy wisdom is, man. Mm-hmm. You know? That's why you got to thank Yahweh Shemel for giving you this knowledge. Go ahead, out.
Verse 27 again. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining.
It said, and being but one, right? Meaning there's only one truth. There's only one wisdom. It ain't like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit from IUIC, and we'll get a little from these guys. We'll get a little. That's mixed wine right there for real. That's really spiritual fornication, man. Cool. Scriptures tell you to drink out of your own system. You know? Go ahead, up.
And verse 27 again, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself. She maketh all things new, and in all ages enter into holy souls.
All ages enter into holy souls. See that?
She maketh.
Go ahead, somebody get 1 Peter. Yep, that's a good one too. But give me that 1 Peter 1 and start at 10. Go ahead. Yeah, you're right. Somebody hold that too. I think that's Wisdom of Solomon 1. Yeah. Yep, you can get that. Go ahead. Continue where you at. I'm 1.
Reading on, verse 27. And in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets.
She making them friends of the Most High, which, like we was going into the face, right? If we're in the crib, somebody knock on the door, and we don't know their face, we gonna talk to them through the door. You know what I mean? If you got good sense, you ain't gonna show your face. You're gonna be like, hey, what? Oh, okay, bro, all right. But if it's somebody you recognize, somebody who you want to know you show your face, which means you're a friend, you know? That's a friendly gesture, man. So the Lord is making us friends, man. All right? But this is a very monumental time, man. This is a time reserved where the Lord has once more revealed himself into the children of Israel, man. And really in particular the elect, all right? So go ahead up. 28 is the point I want. Where you reading from? Wisdom Solomon 7. Okay, come on, yep. The 28 verse is the point. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll skip down.
Now, what verse you at now?
27.
Yeah, read 27, read on down to 28.
Okay. 28. Wisdom Solomon chapter 7.
Yeah, read 27.
27 again.
And read down to 28.
Okay. Wisdom Solomon chapter 7, verse 27. And being but one, she can do all things. And remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. Mm-hmm. And in all ages entering into holy souls. She maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets.
And prophets, see? Which proves that if you prophesy, you in harmony with Yahweh Shemel. And they tell you that, man. Revelation the 19th chapter. Testimony of Yahweh, the spirit of prophecy, man. Come on, man. Go ahead. Psalms 105, I think. The Lord said, saying, touch not my prophets. Do my anointing no harm, man. Come on, man. Go ahead, up.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. For the Most High loveth none but...
Oh! Read that again. Hey, this is the be-all, end-all. After this, we can say, all right, with that, what do you wrong? Hey, real talk. This is it right here. If you really want to know what the Lord required, this is it. Read this right here.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
That's it. The Most High loveth none but he that dwelleth with wisdom, man. Period, point blank, man. And they ain't talking about conventional wisdom. Just some nigga like a doomsday prepper, a nigga can change a tie. You know what I mean? A nigga be like, yeah, you know, hey, man, I know this nigga, a gadget, you know, like that old shit, Mr. MacGyver. Nigga come out of the house. That nigga hook up your, you know what I mean? No, man. Let's talk about the wisdom, the proper knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures, which is only given by Yahweh Shah, man. Matter of fact, I think you ought to brought that up in Colossians 1:26. Yep. Yep, go ahead.
1 Corinthians.
And, you got that first Peter.
Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 4 it said,
Why you look for that? Go ahead and give that to me.
Yeah, kind of 1 Peter 1, you said verse 20.
Start at verse 10.
Yeah, kind of like it. It's on 1 Peter 1 and verse 10. Of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you.
See, that should come into who? Us. You know? Meaning it was a reserved and appointed time where the Lord was going to reveal itself once more. And that grace was going to be given to a certain, and that's another possessive phrase right there. That's not talking about the rest of the world. And that ain't no deep breakdown. You know what proved that? Why some of these rap NBA young, you know what I mean? Why he ain't in the council? NBA young boy, any of these niggas, Kodak Black. So that proved that it wasn't for everybody, man. All right, go ahead. They was given over to a reprobate mind. You know, the word reprobate means what? Void of judgment. Meaning what? They don't have discernment. They don't know. Well, you know what? Damn, the Bible could be real, or there's some men that teach it. Salvation, the so-called white man could be my enemy. They don't got that judgment. They natural brute beasts, and we were touching on that at camp. They're like a dog or a beast. They don't have discernment. They just have sex in front of everybody, take a dump in front of you. You got to really consider shit like that. The Lord took that senses away from them, you know? They don't think, you know, that's why the Lord said they natural brute beasts. They're just going with the motion. Niggas just rapping. You know what I mean? Psycho babbling. Meanwhile, the chip finna be implemented, you know? Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, kind of continue on verse 11. Searching what manner of time the
See,
Spirit.
let's know this the appointed time. Go ahead.
Or what manner of time.
Matter of fact, hold that, and somebody get 2 Corinthians 6 and 2. 2 Corinthians 6 and 2.
There's 2 Corinthians 6 verse 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 2. Where he said, I have heard thee in a time accepted.
See? The Lord said, I have heard you in a time accepted, man. Meaning back in 70 AD, that wasn't the time accepted. Back when Martin Luther King was marching, that wasn't the time accepted. Now is the time accepted, man. Because we call it on the names Yahweh while Yahweh shine truth, man. All right, that deserved time. Go ahead.
Verse 2 again, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2 again. For he said, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have secured thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation.
See, now is the accepted time, man. All right. Now go back where you at, 1 Peter.
Yeah, kind of 1 Peter 1, start back at 11. Searching what manner of time the Spirit of Mashiach, which was in them, and it's like the Spirit of Mashiach, which was in them, did signify, which it testified beforehand the sufferings of Mashiach and the glory that should follow.
Go ahead.
Unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves.
See, it wasn't revealed at that time to them. Go ahead.
But unto us they did minister these things which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the gospel unto you.
Along with the apostles and men such as ourselves, we continue in that legacy. Well, we preaching that gospel unto you, just like the gospel was preached unto us. All right, go ahead.
They have preached the gospel unto you, which the Holy Spirit sent down from heaven, which things the angel desired to look into.
So that lets you know what we possess is the supreme knowledge. We the carriers of supreme knowledge. It's not just on the planet Earth, but throughout the heavens. Because even the angels desire to look into the things that we tapping into, man. All right? So with just knowing that alone, that lets you know that this thing is not for everybody. Matter of fact, I think that's 2 Corinthians 4:3.
Yeah, kind.
Yep, get that? Yeah, you have to break it down to me.
Yeah, there's 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost."
Yeah, if our gospel be hid, it is hid to those that are lost, and the ones that's that separation again. You know, the ones that haven't received the light. They can't get the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. All right, they can't get that Yahweh Shai is a so-called modern day black man. All right, this gospel is hid unto them, and we got the supreme gospel. All right, we got that the 100% gospel, and it's hid to the ones that are lost. All right, such as Adam Abbott. All right, and anybody else that's coming up and not coming up through the door, which is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead,
Hey, can I say something too, right? That word "our," see? Our.
Separation.
That's separation right there, man. Proving that this book is not a level playing field. Now what Jake think, my grandma, you know what I mean? They think they got some type of entitlement to the scriptures. Because they went to church. You know, they got pictures and portraits, you know, like a shrine, you know what I mean? A nigga when he was 11, face shining from Easter, bow tie suit, you know what I mean? So now all of a sudden he think he got entitlement to the script. That's the mentality of Jake, man. A simple nigga roll up on you and challenge you on the scriptures, man. See? Go ahead, yeah, read that one more time.
Yeah, he says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost."
Mm-hmm.
It says, "In whom the Most High, the God of this world,
See, the God of this world, which is who? Esau. Go ahead.
have blinded the minds of them which believe not."
See, really, that's a bad scripture right there. Now it said it had blinded the mind of them would believe not, right? That's going into the fact that when Yahweh Shai came, they didn't believe on him. Matter of fact, somebody can find that he who believeth not is condemned already.
I'm gonna get it right.
See, that spirit.
St. John 3.
You gotta remember the Lord very meticulous. This is not just a sporadic thing. Like the Lord just see people and say, you know what, I don't like you. You're not gonna believe. I don't like you, you're not gonna believe. No, this is something that spills over from 2,000 years ago and beyond. These niggas that don't believe, they offended either the prophets or either Yahweh Shai himself. You know? Matter of fact, somebody hold that too, St. John 6. And I think like 60, something like that. I raised them up at the last day.
Yeah.
So if you got that.
St. John chapter 3 and verse 18, he that believeth on him is not condemned.
See, he that believeth on him is not condemned.
But he that believeth is not but he that believeth not is condemned already.
Right, meaning you people out there that don't believe, you was condemned 2,000 years ago. Okay? The Lord, when the Lord came on the scene, the Lord actually identified and targeted all his men and all the believers back then, you know? And it was also recorded those who didn't believe, man. So in this time, this is the time of the Lord's judgment, and you know the balance, if it's the time of the Lord's judgment, is also the time of the Lord's salvation. So this is the time where either you gonna be condemned. Matter of fact, why they getting that? Somebody give me Romans, I think it's Romans 8 and 1.
The book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 1, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
So you got a certain group of people there's no condemnation for who walk after Yahweh Shah, right? Meaning what? Really, it goes back to them believing on the Lord when he came on the scene, man. That's what it goes back to. And the Lord promised that in this time, he'll preserve you. Matter of fact, go ahead and get that out.
Yeah, God. This is St. John 6 and 60. Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, This is that hard saying, who can hear it? When Yahushua knew in himself that his disciple murmured at it, he said unto them, Doth this offend you? What, and if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before, it is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some of you that believe not.
Oh, believe. See? Go ahead.
For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him.
Let's show you the mentality the Lord was on. He would hang around dudes who he knew didn't believe. All right, go ahead.
And he said, therefore it said I unto you that no man can come up unto me except it were given unto him of my Father.
Mm-hmm.
It says, from that time, many of the disciples went back and walked no more with him.
I want you to jump up to, I think it's 54. Try 54. And somebody, since he mentioned that, somebody get St. John 3 and 27, I believe. Because it really, at the end of the day, it's the Most High. It's the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who said, man, I was just going into that, who had the name written in their forehead. Really, we are the Lord's, man. The Lord gave us to Yahushua, all right? So there's nothing you can do to get in the good graces of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay? It's predestined, pursuing the Ephesians, the first chapter, which through the Spirit, we might have to go into that. So, St. John 6, he got, get what you got first.
To St. John 6.
I think it's 54.
No, yeah,
I raised him up in the last day.
Yeah, I got it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this St. John 6, I'm starting verse 38. It says, for I came down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me.
See? This is the Most High program. Go ahead.
And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he have given me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day.
See, raise it up at the last day. So for those who believed in Yahushua 2,000 years ago, it was a reserved time, an appointed time, which is now, that we're going to be raised up. And we raised up, pursuing Ezekiel the 37th chapter, the valley of the dry bones, Revelation 11th chapter, they rose upon their feet a great army, and the spirit of life came into them. And ultimately, it's going to be made manifest when we caught up in those chariots. Right. See? Man, this is the baddest piece of work ever put together. These scriptures and how this thing is beautifully playing out, man. You know? And unless you're spiritually invested, you ain't going to understand the magnitude of this, man. Why you think we up this time? We got to work tomorrow, whatever we know we're doing, we got to do. But why you think the Spirit compels us to do what we do? You know? So, you know what, that's it. You can end it on that. You know what? Keep reading because there's more on that.
Yeah, come. Yeah, it says, and this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life.
See, like when I believe it again. Back when the Lord came on the scene, we actually believed him. And he held his end of the bargain. Said, look, if you believe on me in the last days, I'm going to raise you up. You're going to be amongst the living. You're going to know this knowledge, you know? And it's precious because back then the prophets were diligently trying to figure out what the hell was going on, man. You know? But the Lord reserved that for us, proving that we believe him. Go ahead.
And I will.
That shit gets you excited, man. Knowing that the Lord promised you, it had to be us because we fulfilling the other end of the bargain. We got the knowledge. So that means we believed him back then. Yahushua told us, man, probably was one-on-one, each person at a particular moment. You know, he probably met, Yahushua was bad, man. There's a lot of times Yahushua vanished and retrieved away from everybody. So you don't know what he was doing in those times. He probably visiting one of us one-on-one. You outside chilling, and dude walk up, what's up, man? You know? Hold up, bud. Man, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know, they have a deep conversation and say, look, man, if you believe on me, I'm going to raise you up. You know what I'm saying? This thing happened, the Lord, guess what? The Lord going to bring all that to our memory, man. You know? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Matthew 6:40. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone will see of the Son and believe on him may have everlasting life. And
who saved the Son and believe on him. But I promise I don't even think about that, man. The knowledge I just made, the Lord pop up on you, you saved the Son and believe on him. Come on, man. Go ahead.
And I will raise him up at the last day.
And that's actually happening right now. All right. So give me that. I think it was St. John 3:27.
It's St. John chapter 3 and verse 27. It said, John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven.
Right. So this wasn't of our own will. We didn't will and run ourselves. We didn't, being up late night to the wee hours of the morning. You know what I mean? You studying. You had the marker. You studying, man. Even though you're supposed to study, but this wasn't of us. The Lord Yahweh predestinated us to get this truth, man. Which again, that's a separation. You got something? Somebody get that Ephesians the first chapter on that too.
St. Matthew 11:25. At that time, Yahweh answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from wise and prudent.
Hey, that's beautiful. That right there sums up this lesson, man. Because that's separation. The Lord hid, if our gospel be hid, the Lord hid this from the wise and prudent. Go ahead.
It says, because thou have hid these things from the wise and prudent.
Yeah, niggas who got a degree, some type of paperwork that validate them, some paperwork from Esau, whether it's in the form of a damn diploma, or a bachelor's or doctor's degree. The Lord hid it from niggas like that. Go ahead.
And have revealed them unto babes.
And babes is somebody to not having no power, no strength in your hand. We come across as being weak. We ain't got no standing army. First thing they ask you, where your school at? We ain't got no school, man. We on the streets. It ain't no power in that. We babes. You got something else? Oh, that was it on that, right?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Sirach 13 and verse 19. Many are in high places and are renowned, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
God, yeah, so you gotta be meek, man. You can't be no proud nigga, man. At the end of the day, the Lord is not gonna get us knowledge to a proud nigga, man. Cause
that's what them diplomas and shit do, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got a Corvette and shit. Having a proud spirit, man. You think a nigga who got all this money gonna wanna serve you how about you have a shop? No.
Yeah, man. So yeah, like you said, the degrees, that piece of paper give a lot of these niggas the big head, man. Truly believe that since they learned something under Esau, that they got knowledge, man. But it's not like that. The Lord said that's why the scriptures are First Corinthians, first chapter says he told the base man to to found the wise, man. Because the Lord he's not a boring power. He like to do things dramatically. So the ones that never thought the water crown, those the ones that are gonna be standing there, but at the end, man.
Yeah, matter of fact, you might just get that. Is that wasn't Psalm 11 and 6 or something like that? Yeah. And you know what? That's the form of the Lord showing his power. And that's how he did with King David. King David was a young lad. And the Lord rose him up to take down Goliath. So you will know that, hold up, man, some higher power had to be behind this. And how about me outside is great, man. You know. You know what you got up?
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 27.
Start at 26.
26. Start 25.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 25, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than man, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than man.
See? Go ahead.
For ye see your calling, brethren.
Yep, they go, hey, see? That's that separation again, man. It's not meant for everybody, man. That's why you should count yourself blessed, man. That the Lord saw you fit, you know, to be called into this thing. All right, go ahead up.
How that not many wise men after the flesh.
Yeah. Going into what? Diplomas. Yep. Esau, because the flesh is somebody to Esau.
Mhm.
All right? Not many wise after the flesh. You know, some nigga got a bachelor's, doctor's degree. But really, when you check niggas out like that, they work at T-Mobile or some shit, man.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Nigga got a 88, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Some sticks, you know how they got the crystal, you know, nigga up late night with the crystals.
Yeah.
You know how they got the earpiece on. That's a typical American, man, just lost in the sauce, man. Nothing good came out the nigga life.
Yeah.
Studio apartment, you know what I mean? Xbox. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 26, 1 Corinthians, first chapter and verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder, any of these sports athletes, Odell Beckham Jr., them bug outs. Them bug out niggas, man.
Mhm.
They weren't called. Not many wise, not many mighty. Go ahead.
Not many noble.
Not many noble. Who are some of these noble guys?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington, Al Sharpton. You know what I'm saying? Go
It
ahead.
said, are called. Verse 27, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the
Yeah,
wise.
look at us. We got on garments. You know what I mean? We got on garments. We out there teaching with a camera. And what the hell these dudes talking about? That shit, how about Shemel himself? Because we got to earn the glory we finna get. Or talk about that, I think that's Romans 8. You know what I mean? What did it say? I reckon that the present suffering does not compare to the glory that's going to be seen in us, man. So that's what he was talking about. You got, niggas walking around in designer clothes on Saturdays and weekends, and we got on garments with Bibles. Go ahead, Doc.
And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the wise, which are mighty, and the base things of the world, and the things which are despised, that the Most High chosen, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Right. And that's this current system going to be taken down. And right now we perceive as if we nothing. We're going to be the next established rulers, man. Really, this kingdom more of a mirage. You know, our kingdom gonna be up close and personal, man.
Corporation.
Yeah, which we really can't really fathom how our kingdom gonna be because we're in these bodies. That lets you know we need new bodies. Let's show you how about you outside. Yeah. We're gonna need a new body to live out that kingdom. It's gonna be just that bad, you know. So go ahead up.
Yeah, this Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown.
Yeah, the guys who got on garments, you know. We the ones that's gonna wear the crown. Somebody get that too. And it's that 1 Samuel 2:8. Yeah, get that. 1 Samuel 2:8. So the Lord got the old saying, the Lord work in mysterious ways. Well, the Lord got a strange way of going about his business, man. You know, the Lord choose to raise up the weak and the lowly and the humble and set them up. All right, go ahead up.
Yeah, kind of 1 Samuel 2 and verse 8. He raises up the poor out of the dust.
And what's the dust? Confusion. All right, the Lord that we read in Proverbs 1 and 4. to teach the simple subtlety. Go ahead.
He raised the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princesses and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
That's the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them.
So we the pillars of the earth. And the earth is going to be set upon us. That's why the scriptures talk about how the welfare of the earth is in the hand of the wise or something like that. The wise is the welfare of the earth. Because as long as you got these fools, these children, the so-called white man in control, the earth is going to continue to be ran down. All right? So pretty much, y'all got something else? You got something else? Go ahead.
It's 1 Corinthians 3.
You break it down.
And I'm gonna start at verse 18, just going into what the Ark saying, that we have supreme knowledge, and or should I say supreme wisdom, and the wisdom of this world is not to be compared to the wisdom that comes from the Most High. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, being a auto mechanic, you might be a meteorologist, that's you got BAs, you got all these degrees and everything. That's wisdom that'll put a foolish man into awe. It says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So like, I'm gonna jump back to 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. Which meaning, when we all first came into this truth, okay, we may knew things of the world, all right, but when we came into this truth, this was the 100% truth, all right. You knew things, you knew some truths in the world, but it wasn't the 100% truth, the supreme truth, all right, the level of a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon, It says, for the wisdom. You
got to explain that further, though. People don't know what you're talking about.
Which means supreme wisdom, which meaning, when you first come into the truth, you might be on a parrot stage, which meaning you just a mockingbird, all right? And then you move up to a monkey stage, which meaning, like they say in the world, monkey see, monkey do, all right? And once you leave that stage, you move up to an owl stage, all right? Being anointed with eye salve. Now you can see, and once you begin to see, you move up, or Yahweh give you the increase of being, or should I say, the 100% doctrine that we have, which is supreme wisdom, which is the level of a snake or a serpent. It says,
like these different top tier Edomites, they know about that. So if you go to like Yale University, they got those levels played out. So now if brothers see certain relics with frogs or serpents, a monkey and a parrot or an owl, you'll know the symbolic meaning behind it, Yeah, go ahead.
That's it.
That was it on that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so read that one more time, that last portion you left off.
1 Corinthians 3 and 18, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
Right, meaning you got to scrap everything that you thought you knew, and you got to be humble. You got to come into this thing, and you got to acknowledge the fact that you here to be taught. And that all of us had to go through that. We still going. We ain't on no level, man. As far as we got it all figured out, we still learning. And that's the mentality you want. All right, and the Lord deal with you like that, because the Lord resisted the proud. I tell you that in 1 Peter.
If I can read 19.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so everything that you knew, like the Lord said, you gotta regurgitate it. You gotta throw it out, because regardless of how much skills or wisdom that you had in this specific segment of your life or knowledge of life, when you come into the truth, it debunks all of that. That's why it's called a 100% doctrine, a 100% truth. All right, and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you thought you had, that's foolishness to the Most High. It said, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. You know, the ultimate wise, like I said, the elites, they know these things, and they're going to get taken in their own craftiness, you know, concerning this new world order, and they mark of the beast. All right.
You know, another example of them being caught in their own craftiness, a sort of example, right, is the computer. All right, this was their craftiness, and they being taken by the very thing they set up. The Lord used everything they set up to take their ass down, man.
Right.
You know? So let's get one more precept, Ephesians, the 5th chapter, started like the 10th verse. We'll close on that. So the moral of the story is all the brothers out there, you know, who tap into this thing, you understand it's knowledge, count yourself blessed, man. Because the Lord actually sanctified you and separated you from the rest of Israel. You know?
A quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if we read this, but I think you read this. This spirit, Matthew 13, like the author said in 16. Blessed be your ears, blessed be your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Yep. So that's to the brothers who have received this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We are the true blessed ones upon the planet. Yep. Ephesians 5.
I started at 10, I believe.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 10, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Yeah, so there goes separation again, man. You know? Go ahead.
But rather reprove them.
So the only thing we got to say to you guys out there is you going off, you know? But for those who are, you know, those who believe, the believers, guess what? You know, we welcome them. You know, matter of fact, let's get one more, man. And that's the spirit of your house, because no matter what we say, the spirit of the Lord, you know, he do his thing. Because his brothers are still engaged, brothers still, you know, here to be fed. So Titus 1 and 15, you know? Because really at the end of the day, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai that calls brothers to come into this thing, man. You know, you can't force yourself into it. Neither, you know what's even heavy? Neither can you take yourself out of it. Mm-hmm. Like just say if you one of the Lords, you might say, man, I'm through with it. Hey, Jeremiah even said that. Mm-hmm. Jeremiah said, I won't even make mention of him anymore. Jonah. But Jeremiah came right out of his mouth and said, look, I'll make no more mention of the Lord. And he said, yep. He said, yeah, he deceived me. But he said, there was a fire in my bones, man. So if you are the Lord, you ain't nothing you can do. Oh, just like I said, Jonah. Jonah went all throughout the child, and the Lord could have easily said, you know what? I'll get another one. Go ahead, Jonah. The Lord went through the measures of getting a whale. Well, they say a whale, but it could have been Leviathan. He took a great fish and swallowed up Jonah and spit him out. Wait. See what I'm saying? So that show you if the Lord chose you to do his will, you gonna do his will, you know? So that's heavy too, because it could have been brothers on the verge of getting kicked out, all that. Then something happened. You're like, nah, man. You know? Guess what? That was how about you know, I was like, nah, I don't give a damn. He was meant to be in, you know? So not only can you will yourself in, you can't will yourself out. That's bad right there, man. And you would rather be one of the ones that can't will yourself out, right? You know? I mean, the Lord really loves you. He really designed you to be his guy. All right, so go ahead up.
Okay, yeah, this Titus 1 and 15. Unto the purest all things are pure. Woo! But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
Right, so this knowledge is pure. That's why it's an old saying, water seeketh at his own level, or something like that. So unto the pure, all things is pure. So this knowledge being pure, you got brothers that's tuning in, that means they pure. Mm-hmm. And it tells you as you read on, go ahead up.
It says, it's like it. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled.
Yeah, and that's what Adam tried to Adam Abbott try to throw that out to justify the mark being spiritual. That nigga actually did that. You know, the mark being in your mind, your mind and spirit and conscience. See how crazy niggas can be, man? And that's more incentive to thank the Most High. Because you can see what dudes are getting this thing and get all messed up. They just get all trapped up. They'll try this move and Lord checkmate them. Now you caught, oh shit. And now you find yourself flipping over the chessboard because you lost, man. Yep, go ahead. Oh, that was it on that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just explaining the conscience being defiled. Said they profess that they know the Most High,
Woo!
but in words they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work.
Hey, that's breaking down Adam. That's your outside. That's your outside. You know, your outside break it down way better than we can imagine, man. And believe me, your outside hell, man. The spirit of your outside hell, man. You know? Yep, go ahead.
It says that unto every good work, reprobate.
Ooh, void of judgment, man. I think somebody get that too. I think that's Romans 1.
Romans 1 and 8.
Mm-hmm. See, because you got to think about it. Your mind is delicate. Your mind more delicate than your ankle. You can kind of jam your ankle and you don't even always twist. But your mind's so delicate till you could wake up one morning and the Lord took everything away. You could wake up with goddamn autism, man. Straight up. You be like, man, damn, I don't know. I didn't remember me, man. You know some shit. You know some dude that was in the camp, man. I mean, Spirit telling me he might be watching, man. You know, through the Spirit, I'm just being honest, man. I was watching one of your likes, right? And I'm telling you, because you could be watching. And his likes was some old rap shit. You know, like a local rap group. Did you see that? No, he was a part of a rap group before he came into the truth. And his likes, you know, he used to keep up with the apostles, and the apostles then his likes. Then his likes was one of just some old grimy rap shit, man, just a local rap group, which he was a part of. But that was a form of going back to your own vomit. You know, how could you go back, you know, watching, you know what I mean? And it ain't no knock on the brother, it just show you how this truth is, man. The Lord actually controls your mind. You got no control over your mind. That's delicate as hell. You don't know if you're going to get up, you know, all this, you know what proved that? The Alzheimer's shit. They associated with old age, but that's just your how smell shop. I can get up now and be like, damn, who these dudes is? I mean, it's just, that can happen, man. You don't know what, it's delicate, man. The Lord actually keeping us, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh from outside, man. All right, go ahead, up.
It's Romans 1 and 28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
For the judgment. Now all of a sudden you look up a nigga hanging, you know, in the hood. You know what I mean? Here those you tasted the knowledge of Yahweh Shem outside. Now you playing dominoes with some niggas or something. That's crazy, man. Go ahead, up.
It says, to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit.
Yeah, and that's all these other groups, man. You look at Sakari, I was looking at their page the other day. They get every other 2 or 3 videos is a debate video. You know what I mean? These niggas out their mind. Go ahead,
Malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding.
And we know, man, the majority of these niggas that broke off from Great Millstone, these disgruntled ex-great millstone members, they were disobedient to parents. You know, they had a problem with the authority. All right, go ahead, Al.
It says it's like covenant breakers without natural. Yeah.
Covenant breakers, man. You started off with a certain group of men, and all of a sudden you talking shit about them, you're a covenant breaker, man. The Lord can't use a guy like that in the kingdom to be numbered amongst the governing body.
He ain't fit.
Yeah, he ain't fit. You know, how you gonna have a nigga like that in the governing body? That's a chink in the arm. All right, go ahead.
It says, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same.
Hey, that's why people be having a problem. We say, yeah, man, you're gonna be put to death. But the scriptures say that, man. That's the Lord talking. That's the Lord slang, man. We ain't have a problem, man. Why y'all wish death? That's in the scriptures. And that lets you know we in harmony with y'all by y'all. That's instinctful. When niggas say, man, hey, man, you gonna be put to death, bro. May that nigga be put to death. True. See? That's really the mentality of a king, man. Yeah, go ahead.
God, it says, but have pleasure in them that do them. God.
And that was King Solomon. You read about King Solomon, the scripture say how King Solomon was established. Yeah, his kingdom was firmly established. Yeah, because he was putting niggas to death, man. You know? So, yeah, man, with that, anybody else got something? Come on. Bring something else out on that. Yeah, man. Hey, with that, man, you know, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash.
Yeah, man. You know, all praise, you got to say it again, all praise, honor, and glory is due
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash.
Yeah, for being gracious and merciful enough to reveal his marvelous light unto us and give us this knowledge, you know, the proper understanding of these scriptures, man, which is the bridge to salvation. Double honor to the apostles and great millstone, and shalom to the sincere brothers out there laboring in the work, and all you brothers out there on the coming, boy, hey, man, shalom. The water to the brothers, man. All right, till the next time, shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.
DTA.